Olá, meninos e meninas, eu sou a Nathalia Arcuri, estou aqui como uma enviada especial para o canal da ONU, entrevistando pessoas que estão com a mão na massa, mudando a história do mundo e fazendo com que os 17 Objetivos de Desenvolvimento Sustentável sejam alcançados. Aqui comigo vocês vão conhecer, hoje, o cara que está desenvolvendo um projeto muito interessante com inteligência artificial e, inclusive, atuando no meu país, Brasil. Bourhan.
That's right.
Bourhan Yassin. He is CEO of Rainforest Connection.
Yeah.
How far can we hear something that it's a meaningful thing to get it into action?
Yeah, I mean, for us as humans, when you go into a forest, especially when you go to the rainforest, the sounds are so intense that it's hard for you to even hear a chainsaw that's a few meters away. But for a computer, for an AI, we're able to decipher all these specific sounds. So with a chainsaw, for example, we can hear as far as 1.5 kilometers away. So one device, we have these devices called the Guardians that we install on top of the tree canopy. One device can monitor an area of 7 square kilometers.
Wow.
So quite a big distance. The other thing with that is that we don't use it just for detecting the things that don't belong there. We're able to use that same technology to detect and identify species. So we can tell that this is a monkey, this is a bird, we can even go down to the type of species itself. And that will allow us to understand the state of biodiversity. And the reason why that's so important is once we understand the state of biodiversity, then we are able to create programs, work with local organizations, work with governments to find ways to mitigate this biodiversity loss and improve it. As well.
Would you share like a story with us about how this device helped stop maybe people cutting trees, or how did it save animals or biodiversity?
Yeah,
Maybe Brazil, if you have a good story for us.
Yeah. I think the Brazil story is one of the most important ones because of the Tembe. So the Tembe, for the longest time, and they've recently actually gotten some great regulations passed, but the Tembe, who is a group, the Tembe has an area of almost 100,000 hectares, massive area of land. They've lost the majority of that land, the Alto Rio Guama land, due to deforestation, settlers that are doing farms, or even drug plantations. And there's only about 2,900 of them for the 100,000 hectares. And out of the 2,900, there's only about 30 warriors, 30 people that are protecting the forest. So if you can imagine an area of 100,000 hectares with only 30 people, it's not possible. So we worked with the Tembe over the years, and we've deployed devices in the north, we've deployed devices in the center area, we've also deployed devices in the south. And what they do is they use that information for two things, and they've already done that many times. They use it for deterrence, so they go to the village and they say, hey, look, there is these devices installed, they can hear everything, just so you know.
That's great.
So it deters people from coming in from the nearby village, but they also use it to get insights. And once they get those insights, they deploy all of them, all 30 of them would go, and they would confiscate equipment, burn down equipment, kick the people off of the land. And they've done this at least over the last 3 or 4 years, which resulted in the local state government and the federal government, and I'm sure you've seen the news, awarding them with the rights to their land in a way where now the government can support them. So now they have this amazing win from the government actually being able to support them, which is great. So that's one example of what we call threat detection, which is how we do it. For biodiversity, we have projects all over the world. One of the biggest projects we have is with the U.S. government, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, in the state, in the island of Puerto Rico. And one of the goals of that project was to monitor the biodiversity for the entire island, so we can see whether we need to change the protected areas. Because in Puerto Rico, there's protected areas for wildlife. And with climate change and all the stuff that's changing, are these protected areas moving? Because the animals don't wait for you. They're gonna move anyways. So our work and our ability to record the soundscape, we managed to map out new protected areas that now governments and other agencies can come in and adjust as a result of that. So there's lots of benefit for using AI and sound.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your work, what you're doing.
you.
I think this is the kind of things that really make us achieve the SDGs goals faster, because we are in the halfway and we have to run. We have no time to spend. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.